Hello, my name's Rachel and I work for the Step 2 Young People's Health Charity in Bradford, and today I'd like to talk to you about sexually transmitted infections. So what is an STI? It's an infection that's passed from one person to another person through sexual contact. An infection is when a bacteria, virus or parasite enters and grows in or on your body. What's the difference between an STI and an STD? I frequently get asked. They usually start out as STIs. They can become an STD if they're not treated. A very, very small number are not infections first, but it is a very small number. So it tends to start as an STI and then become an STD if it's not treated properly. There are a lot of them. There's at least 20. There's potentially a lot more than that. Some of the most common ones are listed there. You may have heard of chlamydia or genital herpes. You may know of gonorrhea or syphilis. The one that most people have probably heard of is HIV. HIV can go on and cause AIDS. So how do people catch STIs? You can catch them through unprotected sex with an infected person, and that could be vaginal sex, oral sex, or anal sex. They can also be passed through sexual touching with an infected person. So to avoid them, you may choose to use the male condom. These act as a barrier method, and they are the only type of contraceptive that protects against STIs and unwanted pregnancies. The other picture that you can see there, they are thin sheets of latex. They are known as dental dams, and they are often flavoured. And what you would do is you would lie that over a person's vagina or anus, and you would perform oral sex through that. Because they're very thin, the person still gets the sense of pleasure, but it protects both parties against STIs. So if you think you have an STI, you should absolutely go and get tested. If you choose not to get tested, your STI could become an STD, or it could lead to other significant health problems later on in life. It could lead to infertility in people, which is the inability to have children, or it could cause other health concerns. Going and getting yourself tested can seem a little bit scary, it can seem quite intimidating or embarrassing. However, the people who perform these tests do this for a living. They've seen so many different STIs. It's just a normal day job to them. They're not looking and thinking, oh, look at this person. They don't do that. They don't judge. They perform the test. They get you the help that you need. It may be that a course of antibiotics will clear it up absolutely fine and you can carry on with your life. There are a couple of different places you can get tested. SH24 is web-based, so you can Google them, and if you are in the correct age range, then you can get yourself a home testing kit so that you can do that at home. It comes in a really discreet packaging, nobody would know what it is. You do the test kit, you send it back and you get your results. Or you can contact Locala, who have a base in Bradford in Howard House in town. You can go to Locala and get yourself tested. They also do other services as well. They can talk to you about potential pregnancies. They look at STIs. They can advise on absolutely anything sexual health related. There's their phone number there. There's their website address, and they also do a young person's drop-in. So STIs in Bradford then. Between April 2020 and March 2021, there were 569 new cases of chlamydia. That is the biggest one in Bradford. There was 149 new cases of gonorrhea. 86% of those cases got their test results within 72 hours. That's 3 days. 10,802 test kits were ordered for home testing from the SH24 website. Of those ordered, 8,186 people completed their test and returned it. And of all of those people, 10% tested positive for an STI. If you'd prefer to do the test kit at home, that's understandable, that's absolutely fine. You can order that test kit. However, in some circumstances, it may be more beneficial for you to see a person face to face. It may be that you want to discuss other options. Locala would be your place to go for that. If you're just generally looking for more information about STIs, about individual STIs in particular, it's not always the best idea to just randomly search on Google, because there can be a lot of false and misleading information on there. There can also be a lot of academic information which may be too difficult for some people to understand. However, there are organisations that want to help you. As I've previously mentioned, Locala is the main service in Bradford. You can contact them, you can access their drop-in for under 18s. There's a wealth of information on their website that you can access. Step 2, James and Hale are currently working together to deliver sex and relationships education in some schools in Bradford. So you can contact any of those and ask for help or support and advice about that. You can see Step 2 has a number of social media platforms. We're happy to take messages over any of those if you've got a little question that you need to ask us. It's all confidential.